burping, stretchy and egg whitey, strangely constipated. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to film my early pregnancy symptoms for you guys. I have always been one of those people who look up other people's early pregnancy symptoms, and I have found them very helpful and interesting and just something to do while you're waiting to take a pregnancy test. And so I thought it would be interesting to tell you guys what my early pregnancy symptoms were this time around. This is going to be my third baby, my third pregnancy at least. I actually use an app. This is not sponsored, don't worry. But I use an app called OvuView. See, this is what I use. It's on the pregnancy mode right now, so it says I'm 4 weeks, 3 days. Because of this app, I'll show you. So it has like, okay, like you can see like this is the month and that's my period, and then it has like, you know, little flower for when it thinks that you are ovulating, and then you can add any kind of symptoms, or you can add when you have done the deed or whatever. Whether or not I'm trying to conceive or not, I've always charted, like, put down when we have sex. If I have any kind of weird symptom, I just add it into this app just because it's on my phone and it's just here and it's just easy and it's just convenient. So that if I end up being pregnant, then I know my symptoms were, you know, whatever. So it also has a place to put in your temperature in the morning, like if you're charting and you're trying to conceive, you could do that. I just love this freaking app. It's called OvuView. It's free. Again, not sponsored. I'm just letting you guys know what I use. My cycles are really long, usually, and irregular. That's the reason I use a period tracker app, because I never knew when my period was coming for my entire life. I was just, I wrote down the date and it never came that date. So I don't know, I just wasn't normal. I realized that not every woman has a 28-day cycle. Not every woman ovulates on the day 14. So I usually have about a 34-day cycle, and it varies from 32 days to 46 days. So obviously very irregular. So basically during the two week wait, around the time that my app says that I ovulated, I did have like a little bit of cramping that I usually get like in the middle of my cycle, which I assume is ovulation. And then I had like a little bit of back pain, and obviously my cervical mucus was stretchy and egg whitey and stiff. Try not to get into gory details here, but it's a pregnancy / early pregnancy symptom video, so that's what you're gonna get this time. I also do cervical position because for me that tells me a lot about my body. I know my cervix like really well, like a little too well. So I'll let you guys know what my cervical position was as well throughout the whole time. The day after I ovulated, I put that I had some backache and I had cramps and my cervix was high and open, and that's typical for ovulation. And then the next day I was just feeling damp and my cervix was high and open. Same thing for 3 DPO. So I guess right after I ovulated, my cervix just closed right up and didn't open back up for ever because it's still closed. Not have any implantation bleeding with this pregnancy. I've never had implantation bleeding with any of my pregnancies. I did have TMI, a big yellow glob of cervical mucus that happened on 4 DPO, so that could have been an implantation thing. I did have constipation this time around, and I had a crazy backache from I'd say about 5 to 6 DPO, and I'm thinking that must have been implantation because that's kind of usually like a symptom of implantation, I guess. I felt a lot of like crampiness and stuff. And I was thinking, maybe I'm having a really short cycle this month. Maybe it's just some strange thing that's going on. I was thinking that my period was coming. That's the kind of cramping that I was getting, which is typical, I guess, in early pregnancy, and is typical for me for my early pregnancy symptoms. For the last 2, they were the same. I was cramping and I really thought I was getting my period. By 7 DPO, I started having low energy. I started noticing that I wanted to go to sleep earlier, and I was not trying to stay up at all. The second my son was asleep, I was asleep, my youngest son. I breastfeed him to sleep, and I was just falling asleep with him and sleeping the entire night. And I don't sleep the entire night. I usually am up like 3 or 4 times a night. Yeah, I was sleeping through the night, which was weird for me. Even when my son was waking up in the middle of the night to like breastfeed or whatever, I was just out. And that's still true. I also was constipated, TMI, probably from about 4 DPO until now even. I was just strangely constipated. I usually don't have any problem going to the bathroom, and I was definitely having a problem. I was slightly nauseated, nothing major. Middle of the night, really early on, I don't remember what day it was. I woke up at like 3 a.m. and I was like, God, I'm hungry. And I was like, didn't I eat dinner today? Like my stomach got that feeling like you haven't eaten in a long time and it feels like it's eating itself. That's like a pregnancy symptom for me, and I always feel like that during early pregnancy for sure. If I don't eat, I feel like starving to the point that I almost want to throw up. Burping and gas in general was also a major symptom for me. Major. And always is in my pregnancies, and that's another reason that I was really like, maybe this is it. Maybe I really am pregnant, because I was having a ton of burping. That's basically all of the pregnancy symptoms that I got. I got my positive pregnancy test at 11 DPO, and I was thinking that I was out at like 9 DPO because I was early testing like a crazy person because I really had all these crazy symptoms, and I was like, am I pregnant right now? Major pregnancy symptom that I had, the second I got a pregnancy test, I had a cold. So I think it's really common to catch, or I've heard that it's really common to catch a cold or catch whatever is going around, basically right along the time that you're gonna get your BFP, which is like 4 weeks pregnant. Your immune system is just crap, and if there's something to catch, you'll most likely catch it. I hope the video in general has been helpful to you or been interesting to you, and yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. I'm going to be doing pregnancy vlogs and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you're not, and yeah, bye guys. Pregnant! Shut the front door. It really says pregnant. Oh my God.